all of that comes in, mixed in with the caffeine at first. You get that slow acting caffeine in with it as well. And it's beautiful, bro. Yo, it's drug-free Dansby, and today we have Wrecked by Huge Supplements pre-workout. What's this thing about, man? Before we get going, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, man. Let's get to know each other and interact, man. Head over to Instagram, give me a follow. I'll link it down below. And let's freaking dive into this, man. I want to share a little bit with you guys today. God's really been dealing with me on the subject of sacrifice lately, man. And it's definitely, for me, I'm in a season where I just had my first baby and I got married a handful of years ago. And man, when I was out there drinking and drugging, I was such a selfish, self-centered individual, man, and I was riddled with 100 forms of fear. The big book says that it shot through the whole fabric of my existence, which, man, I didn't even realize I was living in fear. I didn't even realize I had all these defects of character and all that good stuff, man. So when I got sober, the sacrifice was, okay, my flesh is screaming at me. I want to drink and drug right now, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to go to that meeting anyways. I'm going to drink a cup of coffee. I'm going to have something sweet to kind of curb that feeling, and everything's going to be okay. But now what my life looks like as far as sacrifice, man, is when I get up in the morning, I have so many different options of things that I can do, and I choose to lay my life down for the kingdom of God. I choose to love on my wife and to give my time to her and to give my time to my little baby. And then also making sacrifices by working, 50 hours a week to provide for my family. So it's definitely a big deal, man. And it's a choice, man. And some days it's easier than others, but I have to remember and I have to tap into my source, which is God. Every morning I got to surrender and I got to ask him for help on these things. God, take me where you want me to go. Use me for whatever you want to use me. Get me out of the bondage of self today, so I'm not thinking about Sean and only doing things for Sean. And let's do something productive today. So hopefully that speaks to somebody's heart today. I love y'all, man. It's really been in here, man. I've been trying to get that out for a little while, so I'm glad I did. Glad you guys are listening. So the real reason we're here, though, guys, so Wrecked pre-workout by Huge Supplements. Let's take a look at this tub. So pretty basic, but in such a cool way. Like, it doesn't need much. I mean, look at that panther right there with red eyes, man. He looks super vicious. I kind of dig it, man. It's super cool. So it says, this is what it claims, boys and girls: energy, power, focus, and pump. So this thing was sent over to me by my boy High Stem Ace. Shout out High Stem Ace. He told me, bro, this is a nice pre-workout with no illicits that you need to try. I think you'll really enjoy it. Give it a go. So I got my hands on this probably a month ago, and I've ran this a handful of times. And I was like, you know what? I think it's finally time for me to do a review on this because I freaking love this pre-workout, man. This pre-workout right here is the working man's pre-workout, man. It's so versatile. I mean, you can take it any time of day or night, in my opinion. It's definitely pushing the stem junkie realm, but it doesn't have any of the illicits in it, which I really appreciate because, boys, I'm telling y'all this here now, I'm definitely a stem junkie, but the older I get, the more I'm realizing that I don't need that crap, and I'd rather just have a well-rounded pre-workout with some good pumps, some decent stems, and something that's going to get me through the day. And it's really important how I feel after the workout, man, and we'll talk about that here in a minute. But before we talk about experience, let's talk about the flavor a little bit. So, Bomb Popsicles, the flavor I got. And let me tell you what this tastes like, guys. You guys are going to be shocked on this. It tastes like a pre-workout. Pretty standard, nothing crazy, nothing offensive. It's not gross. It tastes like, when I think of what a pre-workout's supposed to taste like, it's exactly what this tastes like. So a little sweet, a little chemically, a little this and that, nothing crazy, but we're not really here for the flavors. So let's talk about some supplement facts. So I will tell you guys right off the rip, this is the 1 scoop, 2 scoop. Not my favorite thing in the world, but hey, I'm not making these things, so whatever. I'm just the guinea pig. So let's talk about the 2 scoop dosage here. So it says 2 scoops is 31 grams. So that's a lot of powder going in the belly. Whatever, it will make sense whenever you guys hear the label a little bit. So it says 1 scoop should be 15.5 grams. I want to tell you guys, 1 scoop was, a level scoop was exactly 11 grams for me. So at the 2 scoop mark, you get a little bit of sodium, pink Himalayan sea salt at 500 milligrams. Then we get down to brass tacks here, boys. We got L-citrulline at 8,000 milligrams. I love to see that's a hefty dose, good for the pumps. Next, we got, this is nuts, guys. We got 4,000 milligrams of glycerol. So the pump claim is actually coming true based off of this label. That is a crap ton of glycerol. I'm here for it. Them juicy, juicy pumps. Okay, next we got some beta-alanine at 3,500 milligrams. So that's above the clinical dose, little strength output, sense of urgency, getting ready to hit the weights in the gym. Next, we got some betaine anhydrous, so some more strength output, guys. So this is trying to get you motivated, ready to pick up some weights. Next, we got malic acid, some more stuff for your muscles, guys. 3,000 milligrams, so your muscles getting full and ready to freaking go in the gym. Next, guess what we have, guys? Another pump ingredient. We got agmatine sulfate, 1,500 milligrams. So I like to see that's a hefty dose. Next, we got maybe a little nootropic, little focus going on. What's a pre-workout without some focus? I feel like every pre-workout has to have this. So L-tyrosine, 1,500 milligrams. That's a great dose. I love that ingredient. Next, we got another nootropic and some more focus at alpha GPC, 600 milligrams, man. So that's the sweet spot for me. I always feel that when it's at that dosage. Next, we got another nootropic. We got lion's mane mushroom powder, 600 milligrams. So lots of pre-workouts are starting to use this mushroom powder, man. And I have some thoughts on that. I'll probably save that for another video. Next, now this is probably one of my favorite parts of this pre-workout. So the caffeine anhydrous dosage is only at 250 milligrams. I love it. How many of you guys know if it's a solid pre-workout with a Stem Junkie package, you don't need 500 milligrams of caffeine, right? It's 250 milligrams there. Next, we have one of my favorites, Eria genesis, 250 milligrams. Beautiful, beautiful dose there. Next, we got caffeine's cousin at 150 milligrams. So now you see why you don't need 500 of the caffeine anhydrous, because we got caffeine's cousins in there. Next, we do have dicaffeine malate at 100 milligrams. You're not yielding that whole amount. So the caffeine dosage is going up a little higher. I haven't done the math on that yet, but you guys probably know. Next, we got some black pepper fruit extract, little good ingredient there. And then next, I love to see this too. We have some alpha yo at 1 milligram. So honestly, guys, I do think the energy, power, focus, and pump, based off of this label, it is stacked. It is perfect. I don't feel like anything in this is overdosed. I really like how it comes out the gate with high doses of beta, Hydromax glycerol, and L-citrulline. I love that there's malic acid. I love that you get the focus, but labels are just labels, guys. So what does this thing really feel like at the 2-scoop dose? So I took this bad boy. I took it at night before. I just took it this morning, actually. And let me tell you what it feels like. So off the rip, you definitely feel that caffeine anhydrous. If it's good caffeine, and like I said, the dosage is perfect. So you get the sense of urgency from the betas. They come in 5-10 minutes in. You get the caffeine. You know why you're there. I wouldn't say it's super special, but you could tell good, clean sources of these ingredients. And when the betas come in, man, they come in strong, dude. I'm feeling like itchy face, sense of urgency, and they last, I'd say, probably good 40-45 minutes. Definitely a strong amount of beta there. Right after that time, I'd say the next star of the show that comes in is that nootropic-like focus. I enjoy it, man. I was not expecting to feel any sort of head buzz from this product, but the L-tyrosine, the alpha GPC, that lion's mane, all of that comes in, mixed in with the caffeine at first. You get that slow-acting caffeine in with it as well. And it's beautiful, bro. Probably 20 minutes in, man, you're like, dude, I'm ready to go. Let's keep doing this, man. Then I would say at probably the 30-minute mark, that theobromine starts to come in. You start to feel even more energized and ready to go. And then the Eria genesis comes in, man, and puts you in this happy, I'm grateful I am here. I'm ready to freaking crush these weights. The music is starting to feel a little bit better. And then right about that time, when you feel like it can't get any better, man, I'd say probably about the 45-minute mark, the alpha yo starts to come in such a nice way. And it's not that crazy 3-4 milligram, crazy heart rate, sweats, and all that good stuff. You do start to sweat. You do get the heart rate up. The caffeine is, like I said, is perfect, so it's not too crazy high. But I would definitely say the star of the show on this thing, man, is the strength and the endurance comes in such a non-illicit way when that Alpha Yo kind of comes in. And like I've said on other reviews, man, that Alpha Yo jumps in there with the Eria Genesis and the caffeine and the betas, man. And it's this perfect stim junkie package. You don't feel just one of the ingredients at once. You feel mostly this unique feeling of this perfect Eria, Alpha Yo, and caffeine, almost like its own unique ingredient, come together in such a way that you're like, bro, like this is a product, like I said, you could take at night, you can take first thing in the morning, it's not gonna blow your head off, and it's super, super good. So one of the things I look for in pre-workouts too is this gonna push me through a whole hour and a half, 2 hour workout, you know, like some of the other stronger pre-workouts will? And I will tell you guys, yes. As you're getting ready to finish your final sets, or maybe you're gonna go do some cardio, these ingredients are so well sourced that it gets you all the way up here where you need to go, and it stays there the whole time, man. I'm feeling this nice mood elevation, the Eria and the Alpha Yo, you know, hour and a half, 2 hours in, and I do a little bit of cardio, and I'm like, bro, I could keep going, man. And that's really what I'm looking for in a pre-workout. It's not a highs and lows sort of thing, or, you know, getting a crash or anything like that. This is definitely a stim junkie. I would say a daily driver, honestly. If you can handle 1 milligram of Alpha Yo, if you're a beginner, I would say do the 1 scoop dosage. You know, you could take that every single day, because even at 1 scoop, you get the 0.5 milligram of Alpha Yo, and you're getting low caffeine, man. So this thing, super versatile. The pumps, man, I will put this thing up there with maybe the best pumps I've ever had in a pre-workout. And I know that is a super bold claim, but I remember like the Purple Tub Crack, whatever's in that, those pumps are nasty by itself. This thing, man, I put a picture of my arms on Instagram, dude, and I swear they grew like a few inches is what it looked like in that picture, man. So the pumps, definitely up there with the star of the show. The Alpha Yo isn't overdosed. I really enjoy that ingredient. The caffeine is perfect. And at 250 milligrams of Eria, man, I would put that Eria up with any of the other Eria pre-workouts out there on the market right now. So super well-rounded. I'm super pleased with this. I'm going to link this down below where you can get this pre-workout. I want you guys to buy this thing. Let's talk about it, man. Put it in your rotation. I think they reformulated one and they have one wrecked and raged, but I believe this bad boy is still around. Super hitter, guys. I was pleased with it. That's what I got for y'all today. Remember, get pumped, not drunk. Peace.